Good afternoon, folks. I'm here in the backyard at home. If you notice smoke blowing through here, it's because I've been burning some old junk wood and some pieces that my log splitter couldn't split last year, and all day the smoke's been blowing that way. But as soon as I decided to come out here and record something, right over here. So I'm sitting here breathing in the campfire smoke right now. But anyhow, I'm back here in the backyard at home. I don't know why it took me 2 years of recording videos standing right up there in the sunshine up by the shed before I realized that I've got a picnic table sitting right back here in the shade, and decide to move back here and record some videos back here when it's hot in the summertime. I'll probably still record up there in the wintertime because it's close to the house and out of the wind, but for summertime you can't beat it back here, nice and shady and cool. And today I've got a video that's not going to take very much work. I got a couple of lanterns here that I bought. One you've seen in a video, the video of the Old Thresher swap meet. I showed one of them, and the other one I just got a couple days ago. Neither one of these, or at least I don't think either one of these is going to take very much work to get going. But I got a couple of, I believe they're both Embry. This is an Embry Supreme. It says Embry Supreme number 240, and this one is in really good shape. All it's going to get is I got some wire brushes here, and one of them is a brass bristle and one's just plastic, and I'm going to very gently clean some of the debris and stuff that's around the bottom there. And I'm gonna clean the glass. The wick cranks up and down real nice. The inside of the tank, I brought out my borescope camera to show the inside of this tank, because I bought two lanterns at the same place when I got this one, and both of these lanterns are unbelievably clean inside the tank. Okay, let's take a look down inside this tank. Let me turn my light on here up as bright as it'll go. That's bright, yeah, there we go. And we'll look down inside of here. The wick is burned, so I know it's been used, but you can look down inside of here and see that the inside of that tank is absolutely spotless. I'm going to try to get the camera, yeah, you look clear around there on the edge. Maybe just a little bit of rust decoloration there, but it is pretty spotlessly clean. When I shone my flashlight in there at the antique store, I was surprised, and I bought another one that somebody spray painted with silver paint, and it looks just as good on the inside. So I don't think that one's going to take much, other than I'll brush it down a little bit with a brush to get some of the loose dirt knocked off of it. Even the inside of the cap looks brand new. So I'll brush it down, get a little bit of loose dirt off of it, clean the glass, trim the wick, fill it up with kerosene, and I think that one will be going. Now, this one I'm pretty sure is Embry made too. It sure looks like an Embry. I've not done the time to do all the research to make sure, but it's Richard and Conover Hardware Company, Kansas City, Missouri. It's in pretty good shape too. I've not even taken the cap off of this one yet, but it's in pretty good shape. It doesn't have the original globe. It's got a Dietz globe, but it's a nice Dietz globe in good shape. Good raised letter Dietz globe on it. And like I said, I'm not even taking the cap. Oh, the cap's loose at least. Spins right off, but I've not even looked inside the tank on this one. Shine my flashlight down in there. Oh yeah, it looks nice and clean too, and I don't hear anything rattling around in it. Now this one, I'm not exactly sure if the wick cranks up and down on it and everything. pop the glass out of here. See what we're working with on this one. A little bit of debris inside the glass, but just some loose, flaky rust. The wick does crank. Doesn't want to move up and down super easy, but it's moving. I like the amount of rust that's on this one, so I'm probably not going to do much of anything with this one. You can see there's some wick in there. It was cranked way down, but it cranked up and it's exposed now. I don't know, when I look inside the tank, oh, I can see it. The wick in there, it reaches the bottom of the tank, but not by a lot. But I guess when I crank it back down to the level where it's going to be burning at, it's touching the bottom of the tank, so that's enough. You don't need an extra 4 inches of wick just laying on the bottom of the lantern. But all in all, I think this one's in pretty good shape too, so I don't think it's going to take me too much to get it going. I think I might put a little bit of denatured alcohol on the bottom of both of these and swish it around just a little bit, just to check and see if there are any pinhole leaks. But I don't expect any. They both look pretty solid. My dad showed up and was walking around out here while I was recording, and he was sitting over in the porch swing, so I put him to work cleaning up the globes for me. He's up there at my outside cooking station where I normally record out here. So he's cleaning up the globes. Like I said, this one is not going to get much. I like the amount of rust that's on it. The air tubes look to be pretty clean. I don't even know that I'm going to take the burner out. Everything I shine my flashlight down in there. I don't see anything down in through the little vent holes in there, so I don't even think I'm going to take it apart. I think I'm going to just put a little bit of denatured alcohol in it, turn it around a little bit, see if we see any wet spots on the outside, and if it all stays dry, I think I'll just fuel that one, light it up. The Embry has got, let's see, I don't know if I can get it close enough to the camera that you can really see, but just old dirt on there. So I want to clean that off a little bit, but I don't want to clean it very much. I really like the look of this, of both of these lanterns, the way that they are. So I just got some cheap wire brush set. The steel bristle brush is pretty stiff. I won't use that on there, but it's got a soft brass bristle and a really soft plastic bristle, and I think that's what I'm going to use to try to clean this up a little bit. That wick cranks up and down real nice. It needs trimmed up a little bit. It's a little sooty on the end. I'm just going to get in here with this brass brush. Actually, I might put the cap back on there, keep from knocking debris down into the tank. And just get in there with that brass brush and try to very gently knock a little bit of that dirt that's caked up on there loose. Look at that, I just went across there, and that's the original tin coating on the metal, or like, I don't know if it's galvanized, I think they call it tin coating, but look at that. Go across there and it just comes right off. So this lantern, I do not believe has been used very much at all. It has to be a very low use lantern. I think I am actually going to go ahead and pop the burner out of here because I want to clean that cap up a little bit better, and I can't imagine that in the shape that this is in. Ooh, maybe it is stuck. Yep, there we go. I was pushing the wrong way. There we go. I was pushing it more into the lock position. Look at that. That wick looks like brand new. Holy cow. So I think I'll just pull the wick out of there. I can trim the wick easier with a razor blade with it out of there. But that looks like a brand new wick. And then I'm just going to get in here and very gently with this light brass bristle brush, knock a little bit of that dust and dirt off of there. Look at the inside of that. It looks absolutely perfect. I can't imagine that this lantern's been used very much at all. And all of this dust and dirt that's in there, I'm hardly putting any pressure at all on this brush. I'm going to push a little harder and clean a little bit more with the plastic brush than I am with this one. But with this brass one, I'm just barely getting in there to try to knock a little bit of the dirt that's accumulated on there over the years out of there. It really is coming off so easy. I might have been able to just hit it with the compressed air blowgun on my air compressor and get most of it off. Oh yeah, that plastic bristle brush is absolutely taking all of it off of there. That's crazy. I wouldn't have thought that it would come off quite that easily. I might end up taking this up to the garage and getting the hose from the air compressor, ran out the door and hit it with a blowgun. But all in all, this plastic bristle brush probably would have been enough for the whole thing. It is not taking much at all to clean that up. Dad's walking back over here with the globes off of both of them. But it's not going to get much more cleaning than that. That's got such good, I guess the camera's hardly pointing at it now, but that's got such good original finish on it that I am not going to clean it up much more than that at all. That's looking really good. Since I did end up going ahead and pulling the burner out of that one, might as well see if it'll easily come loose in this one. There we go. Just a little wiggling back and forth and it got there. So I might as well go ahead and pull that burner out. If I get the burner out, that'll make it easier to, oh yeah, that wick's not very long at all. That'll make it easier to use some denatured alcohol to check the tank for leaks, and I don't have to worry about the wick soaking up the denatured alcohol. And we'll just lightly brush this down. Yeah, that wick's pretty short. Let's see here. I've got another used wick right in here in my box. That's the exact same width as that. So I might as well put the longer used wick in here. I'm gonna go get a razor blade that I can use for trimming both of these wicks, because I don't think I have a razor blade. I had one in my toolbox, but I think it got left out on the bench up there and got all rusty. So okay, I'll put a little bit of denatured alcohol in here. I would be really shocked if this one had any leaks. The other one's a little rusty. It could have a pinhole somewhere possibly, but I would really be shocked if this one had any leaks anywhere as good a shape as it's in. So that could just sit right there. Since I got the burner out, I'm not going to put too much in there. Doesn't take much to find if there's a leak. That denatured alcohol is nice and thin and runs right through if there's anywhere that's leaking, so you can put it in there and just kind of tip the lantern around like that. So that it coats all the inside of the tank. Slosh it around, look at the bottom, and if there's a spot leaking, it shows up pretty quick. You'll see a wet spot. Even on a lantern like this, it's not rusty. On the rusty ones, you can really see it because the rust soaks up the moisture when it gets wet. But even on one like this, they show it right away if there's anywhere leaking. And I don't see anything at all on there. Smoke's blowing my way again. And dump that little bit of alcohol out onto this towel. And I'm going to use this towel to give this lantern a good wiping down. It'll all flash off and dry right away. I feel where I just stabbed my thumb with a piece of firewood a little bit ago. Got a little splinter inside of my thumb. I can feel that spot real good now. Denatured alcohol finds its way right in there. And anyone who doesn't know, denatured alcohol is just alcohol that's had a denaturant put in it. I know that seems obvious, but a denaturant is poison. It's alcohol that's been poisoned so that you can't drink it. And that way, the company that's selling it doesn't have to pay all the government taxes on beverage alcohol, or even industrial alcohol has higher taxes than denatured alcohol that's been poisoned so that you cannot drink it. Boy, if you look right up in here, look at how good a shape this is when I pull that top up. It's still shiny in there. I really can't believe that this lantern's been used hardly any at all. Now we'll do the same thing with the old rusty, it's Richards and Conover. I keep forgetting what the name is on it. I have to look. Richards and Conover hardware company. Now this one, it does have a little debris down in, I didn't notice that before, but in the area at the bottom of the air tubes. But the actual opening to the air tubes, what I can see of it at the top and the bottom, looks good. So I'm gonna just go for it and see if it'll work. If it lights and it doesn't burn well, I'll know that that's probably the culprit, that there's something in there. But it really looks pretty good. I've seen them enough times that you usually have a pretty good idea when one looks like it's gonna give you issues. So I'll do the same thing, put a little splash of denatured alcohol in here, roll it around. This is rusty enough that I wouldn't be shocked if there was a pinhole somewhere in there, but I'm hopeful that there's not. As clean as the inside of the fountain looks, I think will probably be good, but like I said, it'll show really quickly. Yeah, I'll put a little dab more in there. Once you get that denatured alcohol in there, it shows up pretty darn quick if there's any places seeping. So far I see nothing at the bottom and nothing around the seam. Let's tip it clear up like we did before. We'll give it a few full turns so we know we've coated all of the inside of that fount with some of that denatured alcohol. There's still some more bugs and stuff rolling around inside there where the burner goes back in here. So maybe I will run up to the garage and hit this with the blowgun real quick. But the fount looks dry. I don't see any place where any of that denatured alcohol has come through there, and it's really easy to see on a lantern with a coat of rust like this because the rust just soaks that liquid right up and gets dark and easy to see. So I think both of these are going to hold fuel just fine. I'll pause the camera, go up to the garage, hit this with a blowgun real good just to get those dead bugs and stuff out of. It's right down here is where I'm talking about, right down in here between the top of the actual fuel tank and the top of the fount. There's a hollow space in there where the air comes down from these air tubes, and there's some debris still rattling around in there. So I'm going to hit that with the air gun and blow it out real quick, and then we'll come back. We will put some fuel in both of these, and I might bring back a little cup to put some fuel in and pre-soak the wicks so we can just throw the wicks right back in there and light them up, and we'll see if they burn. Okay, smoke's blowing back over here again, so I may cry just a little bit while we're filming this part, but it'll be fine. I'll get through it. And trim off both of these wicks so that we have a nice fresh square clean end of the wick there. Okay, got both of those wicks trimmed up. I am going to go ahead, fuel up both of these lanterns. I'll pause the camera for a minute and I'll turn it back on once I have them both fueled up. Well, the fire's doing nothing now except for blowing smoke directly over here on me, so that's pretty nice. But anyhow, I got the burner put back in this one. I'll show you exactly what I did on this one over here. I like to either take my wick and pre-soak it in a little cup of oil, or I'll just take it and dip the end that I'm going to feed into the burner down in there so that it gets soaked up with a little bit of oil. Feed it right in the bottom there. Crank it through there. This cranks nice too. This lantern cannot have been used very much at all. It has to just have sat somewhere inside out of the weather for a lot of years. And put the burner back in there. Push it down all the way. It turns just a little bit to lock it in place. And then put my fuel cap back on. I was looking, the gasket on that cap even looks like new. It's in really good shape. Put the fuel cap back on there. Neither one of them has a spot of moisture anywhere around the bottom of the lantern, so I'm very positive that they're not going to leak at all. So let's get the globes put back in them. Dad left again already, but while he was here, cleaned up both of these globes for me. They look nice. Globe clips right in there. Fold that up. There we go. Same thing with this one here. Slide the globe in. I don't believe this is an original globe. It's no lettering on it or anything, but it's in nice shape and fits in here good. I have no doubt that it'll work just fine. Piece of hair inside of there. I don't want to leave that. There we go. All right. Well, let's give both of these a light up. Let's see. It's 4:15 now. I'm going to light both of these lanterns, and I'm going to let them sit right back here and burn until it gets dark tonight. And then after dark, I'll come out and get them, and we'll carry them up and put them on the hangers up on my pool patio, and I'm going to let them go all night tonight. Let's get in here a little bit closer so you can see when I light them up. And there should be enough wick sticking up there to light this one. Wind died down for a second. That was nice. Let that back down. Look at that, nice shaped flame. Crank that down just a little bit. That looks really nice. Set this one off the side right there. We'll get this one over here. Same thing. Boy, that lift mechanism works really good. This lantern must be close to new old stock as you could get. I think that wick's cranked up plenty high, but let's light it up here. Oh yeah, the wick's cranked up way too high. Let's crank that down so we don't heat that globe up too quick. Look at that, nice fan-shaped flame. That is nice. Okay, here we go. They're both burning real nice. That one could be cranked down a little bit more. Doesn't need to burn quite that high. This one's Embry made, I'm pretty sure. I'd have to do a little research, but by looking at it, I'm 99% sure that this one is Embry made. Richards and Conover Hardware Company, Kansas City, Missouri. And then this one's a Embry Supreme. Both of them are burning really nice right now. We'll come back out, well, probably pushing 10 o'clock before it gets good and dark out here. But when it gets good and dark, we'll come back out and we'll grab these and move them up on the lantern hangers up on the patio on the pool deck, and we'll let these go all night. So we'll see you after it gets dark. Well, it's about 10:15. Still got the campfire burning back here. And I got the two lanterns. I don't know how well this will pick it up in the dark, but they're hanging on the front of my little porch swing back here by the burn ring area. I guess I can shine my flashlight on it. Well, that doesn't show much either, but they're hanging up here on the front of my little porch swing that sits out back here by the burn ring, right back by where I was. The picnic table's over there. It might show up better on computer or TV than it does on the camera screen here. But anyhow, I'm gonna take them both up. They're both burning good. I don't remember what time it was. I think about 2 o'clock maybe when I was, no, probably 3 o'clock when I was recording that. So 7 hours ago now. I'm gonna move them both up by the house to the pool deck. I've got hooks by each side of the pool. I'll move them up there, then I'll get a shot from back here looking up towards the house. Here's looking at them from back here by the fire, hanging up there by the house. We'll get a shot of them, check them out in the morning, see if they're both still going then. Well folks, we made it through the night. Both lanterns are still up here burning. You see there, no soot on the glass. Nice, clean, burning nice. The other one's over here. Pull deck is kind of narrow right here. Got squeeze over by the edge. This one still burning good. It's burning a little low. I could have turned that flame up a little more, but no soot. Looks nice. So if you haven't already hit the like and the subscribe button, please consider doing so. It really does help us out. If you enjoy the videos we're putting out, the best way you can support our channel is when the ads come up, just let them go. I go in on every video and take out about half the suggested ads that they want to put in there. You can also check us out on Facebook. It's an easy way to contact us if you have a question or have something you want to say about one of the videos. A little bit nicer than the comment section on YouTube. So check that out. Just type in Cutler's Antiques on Facebook. It's pretty easy to find. Thanks for watching, folks. Come on back next week. We'll have a video, something here for you to watch.